Hey guys and girls, my name is Robin Graves, and this is the world according to Graves. I know I said I'll bring one out yesterday, but look, man, I've been waiting for some information to be verified, and sometimes that takes a little bit of time. I don't like doing speculation. I want to tell you the truth. I want to tell you what's really going on. I don't want to sit here and speculate anything. I'm not like these news sources you see out there. I'm just a guy telling you what's going on and my view of it. And my view is pretty much the same thing as what the truth is. I'm not going to sit here and make up anything. I'm not going to assume anything. I'm not going to speculate anything. Kavanaugh made it. He's in the Supreme Court. I never said if he makes it. I've always said when he makes it. 48 to 50 vote. He won. It's one of the tightest ones in history. This whole thing was a media circus. Holy shit, man. Can't believe this. Let me get my notes here. Yeah, you know, I do believe, the whole thing that they did with him was pure utter bullshit, and they were just doing anything to stop him from, just stop him, so there had to be another nomination. They could carry this over till after the elections, in November next month. We have very little time left. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, let's have a red wave. I don't get into that kind of shit. I don't believe in political parties. I was never invited. But I got a shitload of notes here, and I've been doing taking notes and everything since yesterday evening. I got everything verified, got some more information. Um, I have some of my sources. I can't tell you their names. Okay, I can tell you right now they are professionals in law enforcement. They are professionals in the legal field. Um, I don't I don't just run with a story. I want to verify it first. And it took me a while to get some of this verified. I did some real digging in this. But the whole thing, they're pulling with Kavanaugh. He threw ice once. Yeah, okay, well, you know what? I threw a lot worse things than ice, believe me. I mean, they're going for that, they're reaching. This whole thing was desperation. That's all it was. I'm not going to say they're doing it because they knew they're going to lose. The left's going to lose. Neither one of us could tell, who's going to win next month. This is something that we, the American people, have to. We're the ones who have to decide this. We're the ones who have to go out and do something. And midterm elections like this, it's notorious that a lot of people don't go vote. They don't vote. It's a crapshoot. Except for this time, I do believe that what the left has done has pretty much motivated the right, and they know it. So they're going to pull out every little trick, every stop, every dirty little smear thing they can do. Believe me, living here in Atlanta, I see a lot between Kemp and the person running on the left, whoever her name is. They've sat there, they accuse each other of lying, each other of wrongdoing, each other of this, that, and the other. And you know what? I hate smear campaigns. Let's worry about the truth. Let's not worry about what we can say bad about somebody. Excuse my hair. It's 8:46 a.m. here. I've been up since, the butt crack of dawn. Anyway, I want to get down to this. This is Kavanaugh won. Fine. Good. I want to talk about what is going on to keep him from winning, to keep the whole thing from happening in a timely manner. This is the second person that Trump has put into to the Supreme Court. The left doesn't like it. The left doesn't like anything that Trump does. This whole thing is resist Trump. That's all it's ever been. Now, any party, any side of the aisle that pulls the whole resist is wrong. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. We all want our presidents to succeed in making America, a better place. I was not an Obama fan. I saw what he did. I wasn't even a Bush fan. Bush to me was, well, a moron. I don't believe because your daddy was president that you could be president too, or your husband or wife was president, you should be president too. I don't care. I'm tired of family, using their contacts to become some political leader. I mean, look at the Kennedys. Holy Jesus! I don't think there was ever a Kennedy who wasn't in politics. And they were all. I don't know. There's all something wrong with all of them. Well, except for John F. Kennedy. He did something I've always wanted to do. He slept with Marilyn Monroe. I have to give the hats off to that. But anyway, um, Christine Ford, yes, I'm still on that. This is something I wanted to verify, some stuff about her. This is what kept me from here yesterday. Uh, I couldn't get to it. I had to wait for things to be verified. I had to wait to do a little bit more research. I had a couple of people verifying some facts for me. I want to thank you guys. I can't mention your names. I can't mention if you're from, who you work for, but thank you. Uh, I know you're watching this. You guys are great. You need anything from me, let me know. You did me a massive favor here. But Christine Ford is only a pawn, and one of the things she says she doesn't like to fly. Um, well, she flew to Hawaii, um, Tahiti, I believe it was. She flew a lot of places and everything. She told Congress she didn't like, the Senate she didn't like to fly. She's caught in quite a few lies here lately. If you guys remember the video I did uh, last week or week before last, whatever it was, that the 8 things wrong with her holes in her story. Yeah, there's quite a few things here in this today that kind of bring more questions, a lot more. Um, she said that she did that a lot of things went on, couldn't be verified. She changed her story several times. I have reasons here written down. I'm going to be reading from a lot of my notes. I was taking notes up until about 20 minutes ago. Believe me, I had to shorten a lot of things down. Um, leaves a lot of things out and everything. No, I'm not doing a movie review today. There's no reason for me to. This is a continuation of everything. I'm going to get this open here, a little sippage here, and yes, it's a generic one because it's actually pretty good. My voice is trying to go today, so please forgive me. Um, the thing is that the letter was written from Christine Ford uh, to Senator Feinstein. And somewhere in her office, somebody somewhere released it to the press. They released it to a lot of. It should never have been released. And Feinstein used it as a political pawn, political little thing. Um, of course, any politician out there, doesn't matter what's going on, they're going to turn it into a political issue. They're going to do whatever they can to push their agenda. If Trump could walk on water, a leftist will say he's anti-fish. It's frightening how this works. Um, I'm thinking about looking at my notes here. Jesus, I'm too organized today. That's the problem. Um, Feinstein said she never released it, even though the Senate hearing, she said she never released it. She acted very suspicious, in my opinion. I saw when she said, was asked about it. She got very evasive. Um, I don't believe she released anything herself. She had one of her aides release it. She was behind it, though. She was very much behind it. Now, they're trying to say that Kavanaugh is angry, and they're concerned he's angry. Believe me, if I was accused of things that he was accused of, I'd be very, very pissed off. I wouldn't be sitting there just talking. I don't have the patience for crap like that. They want to talk about how he threw an ice cube in a bar once. Get over yourselves. There was another story that his frat house there, they had a stripper or hooker there dancing for them during one of their drunken parties. The whole truth of the matter is, he wasn't even there. He was out of college at the time. But the other person reporting said, well, it happened at his frat house. He might have been there. He might not have been there. Well, I got news for you. He's not Swetnick, who later was found out that all the same about her being gang raped by Kavanaugh. She has a bad habit of having several sexual partners at one time. In fact, she told her boyfriend that she kind of enjoys it from time to time. Yeah, that's you can Google that. That is an actual fact that I had actually had to have researched and proven. Too many people come forward. That's why she was pretty much tossed to the side because her story was more than credible. Let's put it that way. Yeah, she likes being. She's complaining about she's gang raped. She pretty much had a habit of having several sexual partners at one time. She likes 3 ways. Both, or 4 ways or 10 ways, whatever she likes. All of them being, well, she swears about she likes guys only, but it's been reported that several times there were other women involved. So that threw Sweatnick's testimony right out the window. They don't want to sound too bad, too crazy. Um, but it just they're looking to make him seem like a monster due to his college partying. Who goes to college and doesn't drink? Who goes to college and doesn't go to parties? Tell me one person in Washington who went to college and didn't get drunk now and again. Oh, somebody got drunk. Oh my God, they got a drinking problem. The Kennedys have a drinking problem. Okay, that's what's really, God. The main problem they didn't like is that Kavanaugh is a constitutionalist. He believes in what the Constitution says. He's not one of these going to sit here and let other attorneys go and argue the case, whether the Constitution means one thing one time or something completely different another. That's the problem they had with him. That, and, well, he was appointed by Trump, so we have to resist. So I got that out of the way. Let's, yeah, the 7 investigations, FBI investigations. I'm going to tell you something. Let me go on a little bit with this. He was investigated 6 times previously. The FBI will talk to people you went to middle school with. They will talk to people that you forgot you knew. If none of this ever came up during the 6 times he was investigated by the FBI, it didn't happen. The 7th one, they wanted it to happen because it was their way of delaying things. They were trying to delay, push him off till after the elections. It didn't work. It didn't work. He's in. He's a Supreme Court justice right now. So, anyway, we're going to go a little bit long today, I do believe, because I got so much crap I got to tell you. There's a lot I need to talk to you about. Monica McClain was revealed as a lifelong friend of Christine Ford. Her name is going to come up quite a bit in this, and there's a reason. I'm going to read right off this because I did my notes here, and I'll go along and try to clarify things as I can. Believe me, I have a lot to get across today. I want to make up for yesterday. I plan on doing 2, one yesterday, one today. I'm going to do both of these at one time. I have no choice. There's a lot here. Monica McClain was revealed. McClain was revealed as a lifelong friend of Christine Ford. Now, Ford helped McClain prepare for a polygraph test. McClain is the bigger story here than Cheryl Ford is. Christine Ford. Excuse me, I don't know why I don't call her Cheryl. I think it's because I had a girlfriend named Cheryl who screwed me over. I don't know. One of those unconscious things. Christine Ford was asked by the Senate whether she ever helped coach anybody or taught anybody anything about polygraph. She said no. That's a lie. Her friend, Monica McClain, back in, 1992, McClain was having to take a bar exam. She was going to become a member of the California Bar. Christine Ford coached her about how to take a polygraph. Everything behind it helped her get familiar with it. So that's even verified by her boyfriend's testimony. This is an excerpt here from the letter that Christine Ford's boyfriend wrote, a sworn statement. This is he says that he had no animus against Christine Ford. They were still friends. But he said, I witnessed Dr. Ford help McClain prepare for potential polygraph exam. Dr. Ford explained in detail what to expect, how polygraphs worked, and helped McClain become familiar and be less nervous about the exam. Dr. Ford was able to help because of her background in psychology. So, yeah, she did cut. That was another lie she told to the Senate. We'll get into this, a little something about polygraph later. Okay, just give me a little bit of a chance here. Let me think here. This girl, Monica L. McClain, was also a member of her class, because they were lifelong friends. It was in Holton Arms, class of 1984. They know each other since high school, if not earlier. It's really kind of funny that Monica's name never came up during the Senate hearings. It's really funny because she had a very pivotal role in this whole matter. Uh, get this going. The polygraph was performed for the California bar by Monica Lee McLean, DOB 31566. She was admitted to California bar in 1992. The address of a current inactive California law license is now listed as Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. This is relevant. This is very relevant here. Next page. McLean was a 24-year-old employee, a 24-year employee in the Department of Justice and FBI from 1992 to 2016. In 2000, FBI declaration describes herself as a special agent of the FBI Associate Division Counsel in Los Angeles Division Legal Unit. In 2003, she shows up with an address in Washington, D.C., where she was a public info officer for the FBI. Remember this. Her PIO partner is still attached to the case against Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen. This is an interesting link here. Remember this, please. There's a lot of information here I'm trying to get across here. Her current address is Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Okay, that is important also. Remember that. McLean and Ford are lifelong friends, verified by Ford's boyfriend, and both lived as roommates in California after college. This is where the bit where she familiarized McLean with a polygraph exam took place. No, this is kind of interesting. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. This is where Ford says she was at when she wrote the letter to Feinstein accusing Kavanaugh. Okay, why would she be in Rehoboth Beach unless she was visiting her best friend forever? Now, this is a transcript, okay, from questioning by the Senate about this letter. Mitchell, the second is a letter that you wrote to Senator Feinstein dated July 30th of this year. Did you write the letter yourself, Ford? I did. Mitchell, since it was dated July 30th, did you write it on that date? Ford, I believe so. It sounds right. I was in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware at the time. Mitchell, was it written on or about that date? Ford, yes, I think. I traveled to Rehoboth, Delaware, so it makes sense because I wrote it from there. She left herself wide open. Funny thing is that nobody in the media wanted to bring this up. Nobody wanted to say anything about this. Funny thing is that there are very, very relevant facts that were left out of everything that they asked. They didn't ask, where she wrote it, how she wrote it, why she wrote it. All they were interested in was, let's kill Kavanaugh. Let's crucify Kavanaugh. Let's stop him from being in the Supreme Court. Let's resist Trump. They never said anything about behind the scenes of the letter, why she wrote it, who she was with, anything like that. This whole thing was such a scam. And there's more and more evidence coming up. Remember, folks, this is stuff you're not going to be seeing on regular network TV or listening to on the radio or really on very many other places. Really, for some reason, there's a lot of evidence that was thrown out. Wow. Geez. We have Dr. Blasey Ford in Rehoboth Beach, on July 26th through the 30th of 2018. Her lifelong friend Monica McLean, at the same time, the letter was written, to Feinstein. They were both there at the same time. Now, we're sitting here, wondering a lot of things, and I have an answer for you. Now, this whole thing is going into conspiracy theory land. The whole media circus has. And I try to stay away from conspiracy theories. But, a lot of crimes were proven in a court of law with less evidence than this, honestly. Now, this is going to be kind of interesting here. Ford taught McLean about polygraph tests together for 4 year. For polygraph tests, they were together for 4 days at the time this whole letter was written. This whole plot was orchestrated. Not only would McLean have a particular set of skills, but also a network of FBI and DOJ resources to assist in this endeavor. This is being looked at right now. This is something that I'm going to tell you right now from sources I do have. This is something that's being looked at the moment. McLean is not as clean as she looks. She is now being looked into. This whole matter is being looked into. And the media will actually sweep this under the rug. You probably never hear anything else about this. Okay? So, she has, we know that McLean has a particular set of skills, and possibly even a network of FBI and DOJ resources to assist in this endeavor. A former friendly FBI agent to do the polygraph, which Christine Blasey Ford was only asked 2 questions on the polygraph. Isn't that interesting? An actual polygraph test will take a little while to do. This took 5 minutes. That's what's funny about this. They have a friendly agent do the polygraph, and they have politically motivated allies. The name's Andrew McCabe, Michael Bromwich. Do those make any sense to you now? It's really kind of weird how this is all being orchestrated, how this whole thing is going. I'm sorry this isn't as, I'm a little too organized today. I've got my notes here. I did not memorize any of these. I have not had time. I want to get this done as soon as possible. Get it out there. I'm hoping this is the last I hear about Christine Ford. I'm hoping this is the last thing I say about her, because really, honestly, she's saying that she doesn't want any attention from this. She didn't expect to make any money out of this whatsoever. Well, there's several GoFundMe accounts right now. Last I saw, they were at $900,000. She's not acknowledging these things. She's being done pro bono by her attorney, who is a Democrat activist. She's not paying for this. This guy is more than happy to do this to make Trump look bad. So far, they shot themselves in the ass. And then I made a comment the other day to Kevin Nyman. He's the one who's motivating me to begin with to do all of this. Great guy, great friend. He's done a lot for me to get this going. I told him that the left is shooting themselves in the foot for this. He told me, nope, go higher. They shot themselves at the ass. You shoot yourself in the foot, you can walk away. You shoot yourself a little higher, you're not going to be doing any walking. I don't think they're going to be doing much walking. There's too many. The media wants to make it look like there's this big, humongous amount of people who are protesting, who are against, Kavanaugh and all this. The truth of the matter is that a lot of these news agencies, CNN, MSNBC, hell, NBC, a lot of them, they'll orchestrate things. CNN has been caught orchestrating things with a handful of people, making it look like there's a giant crowd. A lot of these organizations that are out there are fringe elements paid by George Soros. It's proven that George Soros is paying the bail money. Look at what's been going on with people disrupting the Senate proceedings. On this, the confirmation proceedings, the Senate inquiry, all of this. They're in there protesting. Well, how did they get in? They have passes given to them. And most of them have been given by people like Feinstein. A few of them are cronies. They're handing out to these weirdos, these fringe element freaks. And they get arrested. They get taken to jail. An organization is paying the bail. This whole thing was orchestrated. Every little scene of it was orchestrated. This was figured out to the T. They thought they were going to stop his confirmation till after the midterm elections. That way they could put more of their asses in the seats and stop it. Didn't work. Best laid plans of mice and Democrats. It's gotten to the point now where our government has turned into a media circus. You want to see government proceedings? Go watch the Barnum and Bailey circus. Watch the clowns out there. That's our politicians. And I'm not talking about the ones on the left only. I'm talking about a lot of them on the right too. And during this research, I found out so much. I'm wanting you guys, if you question anything I'm saying on here, research it yourself. Research it yourself. My facts are straight. I want you people to think for yourselves. Don't follow the whole thing. I'm glad Kavanaugh made it. I'm a constitutionalist. I believe what the Constitution says. I don't believe that it's a living document that changes from day to day, just depending on what you want. It's set in stone for a reason. If it wasn't for the Constitution, our country would never made it. Our country wouldn't have existed. But you got people on the left who they think that if they go and get their way, if they don't like something, well, we can fight it and have it our way, have it the way we want it, the way we feel we should have it. I wish other people take their feelings and shove them up their ass. I don't care about somebody's feelings. I'm caring about facts. I'm caring about concrete evidence, concrete things that are written in stone. Excuse me. Those are the things I'm worried about. Um, but look, guys, I'm running about my normal time here. I'm glad I got a lot of across to you. My notes actually came through. I think I did 2 shows in one show. I'll be back Monday for sure. I'll get another one down here Monday. I got a few other things I want to talk about. And I want to get the Cheryl Blasey Ford, Christine Blasey Ford. I want to get the Dr. Ford shit out of the way. Whatever her damn name is. Tells you how important she is to me. I'm glad she lost. I'm glad, that her whole thing fell apart. I'm glad Sweatnick's whole thing fell apart due to her own history. I mean, you figure the left would get somebody better, get a better idea. But it's like they're throwing all these things out. They're hoping that people will cave. The same thing that happened 6 years ago when they tried to pull this before, and it worked. Well, it didn't work this time. You got somebody who said no, it's not going to happen this time, and look where he is. He's in the Supreme Court. There's a Democrat minority now in the Supreme Court, and I guarantee you there's going to be a bunch of screaming and yelling. Actually, it's not so much a Democrat minority. It's you got somebody in there now to bridge a gap. Kavanaugh knows a lot of people on the left that's in the Supreme Court. He knows them all. They're all friends. So we do have kind of a swing vote there, that we need. I don't believe in a total majority of one philosophical ideology in the Supreme Court. These people there just want to think. Somebody's going to say, wait a minute, you all want this? Well, let's take a look at what's going to happen. Instead of going, oh, you want all that, want it too? Yes, we're going to get it. They're saying, well, they're going to overturn Roe versus Wade. No, he might be against Roe versus Wade, but no, it doesn't mean the other Supreme Court judges are. Doesn't mean he's going to get his way. But that's the main thing I've been seeing on the news. He's against Roe versus Wade. Well, honestly, I have a weird view of abortion. I'm a guy. My wife can't have children. I've got a son who lives in another part of the country. I believe that, a woman wants to get an abortion, go for it. She's the one who has to pay for it, not me. And I'm hoping that a lot of these liberals out here running around, these snowflakes out here, go get abortions, and they abort themselves out of existence. So I don't have to see them anymore. But that's just me. I'm kind of a weirdo that way. I'm tired of stupid shit. And I'm tired of seeing stupid people being made into heroes. Christine Blasey is such a hero because she lied. See, this whole thing with Christine Blasey Ford is such a pain in the ass, because I want you to look at something. Everybody had Kavanaugh guilty without any real evidence. You got to have 3 things to make a case. They had none of it: motive, opportunity, and smoking gun. They had none of it, but he was guilty, all because Christine Ford's a woman, so we have to believe her. Yes, I do believe women are raped. I believe that rape is a horrible, terrible thing. It should never happen. You rape somebody, you should be castrated, tortured to death. I don't care. Get you out of the gene pool, one way or the other. I don't believe you should lock them up. I do believe in the death penalty. I don't believe that people should be locked up for their entire lives. If they're that bad, get them out of the system. Get them out of society. Get them off the planet. We don't need them. But these people running around talking about how every woman who claims rape is, needs to be believed. I know a lot of women who claim rape that it never happened. A guy and a girl gets into a fight. They're on a date. The guy doesn't spend enough money, on the woman. The woman doesn't have enough money to spend on her. So what happens? Oh, he rapes me. He raped me. I've seen that happen so many damn times. As a guy, I'm glad I don't have to date him. I'm glad I'm married. I don't have to date people. I don't have to see the bullshit that goes on. I am deathly afraid that if I'm ever single again, I'm single for life. That's it. I will never have anything to do with dating or seeing women. I'm afraid to. You know, because women have all the power right now. They're talking about, well, we have no rights. No, bullshit, man. Go claim rape. The guy's automatically, guilty. It doesn't matter. His life is destroyed. Just like you destroyed Kavanaugh's. Kavanaugh made it to the Supreme Court despite all the bullshit that went on, despite all the claims, despite all the people stepping forward saying, well, he did this, he did that, he did the other. And later on, we're found they lied. So you know what? Where was the Me Too at on this? Where were they? What were they saying? They weren't making themselves that vocal over this. You know, there was no rape that happened. Not at least not by Kavanaugh. I don't believe. I did at one time believe that Christine Ford was raped or something bad happened. Now I'm beginning to believe nothing happened. Because if it did happen, why didn't she go to the police? What did at the time? Why didn't she let her parents know? Believe me, I mean, a 15-year-old girl, how she's going to blab. Her parents are going to find out. Evidently, she just didn't want to, if anything did happen, she didn't want her parents knowing that she was at a party and she drank a beer. What's more important? Finally, you let your parents find out you drink a beer, or you let your parents know you got raped so that they can go press charges. No, I don't believe anything happened. I'm having a very hard time. I'm not looking at this in an emotional state like most people on the left are. Most of the women's groups are looking at this emotionally. I'm looking at this logically. Logic says something would have been found out. Police would have been involved. Would have been arrests made. But you know what? All I got to say is, and this is going to sound callous, you women out there, if you're raped, why do you hold it in for so long? Why don't you go tell the police? Why don't you go do something about this guy? Because if you don't, he's just going to rape somebody else. So, really, to tell the truth, not saying a word about it and not going to the police, not reporting this for 36 fucking years, you just helped him get away with murder. You helped him get away with the crime. You allowed it to continue. So guess what? You're just as at fault. Face it. Look at it. Be logical. Quit being emotional. Quit letting your emotions run wild. You want something done, you got to do it. You can't expect somebody else to do it later. That's why, with Dr. Ford, I don't think anything happened. I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. So, anyway, guys, look, I'll be back. I got some things I got to do. I got to do some research on something. I'm going to try to be back tomorrow. I got some more things, some really interesting things to talk about. A little different than this. I'm through being political for a little while. I'm going to start being more about what's going on in society. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll be back later. I'll see you soon. We're going to 2 a week. 2. There will be guaranteed 2 a week. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know you're out there. Leave a comment. If you don't like something I said, let me know. I'll answer it. I'll answer it right here on the video. You guys take care of yourselves and be good to one another. Bye.